Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Released in 2009, it's a game that defined an era. From iconic maps like Terminal and High Rise to unforgettable campaign moments like No Russian, MW2 wasn't just a shooter, it was a cultural event. Fast forward to 2025, and despite newer entries in the franchise, there's still a small, passionate group keeping the original MW2 alive on PS3 and Xbox 360. Now, if you try to log on today, the first thing you'll notice is that the global player count is broken. On both PS3 and Xbox 360, it's been stuck at zero for years. So, figuring out how many players are actually online takes a little bit of digging and a few test lobbies. Let's start with the PS3 version. On a regular evening, you can typically find around 5 to 7 active lobbies in Team Deathmatch. Since a standard MW2 match holds 12 players, that averages out to around 80 players online on a normal night. It's not a huge number, but for a 16-year-old game running on discontinued hardware, it's surprisingly alive. These are mostly veteran players, people who have held on to their consoles and accounts for nostalgia or the love of the classic gameplay. However, there's no denying the elephant in the room: modding. MW2 on PS3 is by far one of the most heavily modded and hacked games still online today. From colorful nameplates and over the top kill streaks to entire lobbies that bend the rules of physics, the modding community is as active as ever. Some players embrace it for the fun and chaos, while others long for that authentic 2009 experience. Over on the Xbox 360 side, things are a little bit different, but not by that much. As of testing today, there were around 4 active Team Deathmatch lobbies. Most of them were also modded, allowing up to 18 players per match, which is a bit higher than the original 12-player cap. In terms of population, Xbox hovers around 70 to 90 players online at peak hours. The matchmaking can be hit or miss. Sometimes you'll find a game instantly, other times it might take several minutes to land a lobby that's actually playable and at a ping that is manageable. Now, the gameplay itself still feels like vintage MW2, fast, chaotic, and full of personality. But the reality is that it's far from balanced anymore. Because of the modding, you never know what kind of lobby you'll end up in. Some hosts run harmless mods that just tweak the visuals, while others go full-on God mode, which makes the match completely unplayable. For those who just want a taste of the old school experience, it's still possible. You just have to be patient and maybe back out of a few broken lobbies at first. What really stands out about MW2 in 2025 isn't just the fact that people are still playing, it's more how they play. This isn't your typical online community anymore. It's more like a mix between a museum and a battlefield. You'll run into players who treat every match like it's a piece of history, running classic loadouts, sticking to the original weapons, and trying to recreate that 2009 feeling. Then you've got the opposite crowd, the modders, the glitchers, and chaos lovers who've turned MW2 into a playground of experiments. It's almost like two eras clashing in one game: nostalgia versus pure anarchy. And yet, somehow, it works. For every broken lobby or hacked scoreboard, there's still that familiar rush, the heartbeat when the nuke countdown starts, the sound of the AC-130 inbound, the chat over proximity voice. It's not about leaderboard grind anymore. It's about reliving memories, no matter how messy it gets. So what's the state of Modern Warfare 2 in 2025? In short, it's alive, but not by much. Between both platforms, you're roughly looking at 150 to 180 players worldwide on a good night. Most of the action happens in Team Deathmatch, and most of the matches are modded in some way. Yet, for the diehards still holding onto their discs and consoles, MW2 remains more than just a game. It's a time capsule, a direct line back to an era when multiplayer gaming was at its absolute peak. So, whether you're revisiting it for nostalgia or just curious to see if it still works, Modern Warfare 2 is still online, still chaotic, and still unforgettable. It may not be the MW2 we remember perfectly, but it's the one that's still fighting to stay alive. If you enjoyed this look at MW2 and want to see more state of the game updates for other classic Call of Duty titles, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to keep this series going. This has been the 2025 State of the Game for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on PS3 and Xbox 360. My name is Lopsided, and we'll catch you on the battlefield.